Ready? All right. Excellent. All right, good morning and welcome to Harmony Spiritual Center. It's going to be a great day. Join me, please, in the opening song with Igor and Ken. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. All right. right.
PJ and I, because of the confines of the space, but you are welcome not only in our temporary spiritual center, but our home. And we are just delighted to have you joining us in Facebook land today. Yes. So, let us just take a moment to give a prayer of gratitude that life is such an adventure. Yes. Father, Mother God, we are so grateful for every day being new again. We're grateful that we have this place while we transfer to our new facility. We're grateful that we found a new facility. Joy is just expressing through us, and so it is.
And so it is.
And now let us affirm the principles that we have at Harmony Spiritual Center. And these are the principles that each of us choose to live by. Affirming that Spirit is our source. The purpose of Harmony Spiritual Center is to be joyously inclusive, spiritually enlightening, and life transforming. The principles of Harmony Spiritual Center are inclusiveness, integrity, humility and compassion, transparency, and generosity.
All right.
And now for our chant.
How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
This Sunday, let's just do things a little differently. Rather than wait until the end of the meditation, let's speak out those names of the beloveds that need to be in prayer so that we can picture them while we go through this healing meditation. So let's just speak out all the names that we are concerned about. I'm going to visualize our government as an individual. Also the names of my beloveds, Matt, Gina. Okay. Now while we go through this time of meditation, doing healing for ourselves, also envision these individuals. So I would invite you to sit erect in your chair. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in to the count of 4. energy that doesn't feel like God. And with every breath that you take in, imagine a ball of the brightest possible light in the very center of your physical being. Feel that light, even brighter than a stadium light. Feel it moving about, circulating, vortexing in the center of your physical body. Breathe that light in. Feel that light expanding. And as you breathe this in, breathe it in also for your beloved. Breathe it in for the United States. Feel that light in the very center, pushing out any negativity, anything that is not of God. Feel that light expanding through every cell of your body. Feel that light. Imagine a grid, if you will, across the United States. Balls of light everywhere. Feel that bright light expanding within your body, within the body of our nation. Feel that light circulating, moving. See it moving gently as though on a breeze. Swirling, beautiful, filling your body, filling this nation, filling the body of your beloved. Feel that light of the living God healing, feeling more energetic within your body, flushing out any darkness. Feel that light radiating out, joining up with the universe, feeling it strengthen and magnified, and knowing that God is in you, around you, everywhere. Bring that light back into your body like a fresh stream flowing through your body, a stream of light as refreshing as the ocean, filling every crevice of your body, healing every cell of your beloved, and healing every particle of our nation. And we go forward in this confidence, forward in the knowing that God is in us, is with us, and working the love of the universe through our land and our bodies. And so it is. Amen.
Lord, I Amen indeed. Thank you so much, Malcolm. Always a pleasure to have you. Always, always a pleasure. Thank you all and welcome to Harmony Spiritual Center this morning. We are a center that teaches practical spirituality. And so we talk all the time, I talk as a spiritual leader about principles and practices to help you have the life that you want, that you're here on this earth to live. Last week we talked about the bigness of you. If we are indeed, and we are, one with the Spirit of God, we are connected, we are one, then we have to be big, right? Together with God, we have to be big. And if God is for you, infinite source, infinite supply, everything you need coming from God, then who could be against you? Who could be against you? It's not possible. You and God are a powerful pair. You can co-create your life, you and God. Together, there's nothing you can't do. Your life is big. Live like you know that. Live like you know who you are. And when you live like you know who you are, like you are an individualized expression of the divine, you can't lose. Life is good. Life is good and you can't lose. But here's the question. Here's the question. If you and God are so powerful together, and you are, then why do we have storms in our lives? Why do the storms rage in our lives? I had the privilege of being at 3 different birthday parties last weekend, celebrating the lives of 3 different people, and I just feel so, the universe is abundant that I get to be a part of this community and many communities, and that I'm invited to celebrate with people in the lives that they're living. I was at one particular celebration, and the woman we were celebrating, she stood up, she wanted to make a speech, and she stood up, and she was testifying. She's a member of our church, and she was testifying about how her life, because she claimed it. That's one of the things we talk about. Claim your life. Say who you are, claim it, own it. Live it. Don't be on the fence about it. Claim it. And so she said she stood up, she claimed her life, and now she's getting on her job. She claimed about something that she wanted her job. And now she's getting exactly what she asked for. She was so happy. She was so proud about it. And she said this when she was talking about it. She said, PJ keeps telling us over and over and over again. And I was like, do I repeat myself? Do I say things over and over again? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And the reason why I do is because of a couple of reasons. One, learning is repetitive. Learning is repetitive. You hear something, you know it in your head, but do you know it in your heart? Also, because of the KISS principle, keep it simple. Just keep it simple. And simple and repetitive is about how you have a great life. Here's what I know about memory. Memory doesn't reside in one place. There's not a drawer in your head that you open up, memory goes in, you close it. No, memory is all over your body. It's in your head, it's in your mind, it's in your body, it's in your legs, it's everywhere. And every experience brings up, every experience has the possibility of bringing up a memory. And you get to say, oh, that's what she meant by that. Because that memory now makes sense to you with the thing that I just told you. One of the things that I talk about a lot is getting up and getting on with your day. Just getting up and getting on with it. Because so much happens creatively in the beginning, in the early morning. When the sun rises, there's so much promise. A lot of people are not early morning risers, and I get that. So get up as early as you can. Now, you don't have to be a crack of dawn person. I get that. But get up and get on your day. But I am. I'm an early morning riser. And so I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just awake at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just complaining. I'm like, I'm not getting things done. Like about 1 or 2 o'clock, and I'm not an afternoon person. I don't get a lot done in the afternoon. Duh. What did he even say? Get up early. So you've been getting up at 5, but that's not early for you. So I said, oh, you're right. So get up at 4. So now that's what I'm doing. And I'm just having so much success for myself getting things done during the day, following my own advice that I've been saying over and over and over again. And it's sunk in this particular time. So that's what we do. And the reason why we do it, the reason why we comment, the reason why we are a spiritual center of practical spirituality. We give you tools, we help you with our experiences, we share our experiences. The reason why that life is great. God is for you, and you can have what you want. But it's not all rainbows and unicorns, is it? It's not all rainbows and unicorns. And that's what people tend to think about what we do here. Oh, they just see everything through rose-colored glasses. This is all good. Everything is all great all the time. It is not. It is not. So the fullness of life, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're here to talk about. It isn't about just what is joyful. It is not just about what is happiness. It is about the fullness of your life. And the fullness of your life is joy and happiness, pain and sorrow. Pat just did her meditation. She said, call out the names for those that you want to pray for. Who do you pray for? You pray for people who you know are suffering, right? So we know there's suffering in the world. So why do we teach and believe what we do? How do what we teach, our beliefs and our faith, help us move through the day? That is the title of my talk. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Okay, can I get a witness? A witness to your life, your full life. Not just the joys, not just the things that you want to show people, that mask you have on your face, but the actual life that you're living. Because your life is all of your experiences. That is the fullness of life. So I was at a ministerial meeting the other day, and we were talking about this. One of our ministers was having a difficult time. I was talking with someone this morning who said they had a difficult time yesterday. I've gone to a meditation practice and was crying because I was having a difficult time that morning. Difficulties happen. And so we were talking about that. What do we do when we're in the middle of pain and suffering? That we witness our life and we testify to what is happening. So we don't have to keep it to ourselves, right? That's what we do. We share all of our life's experience because somehow in the sharing, the suffering is lessened. Because we know someone else has suffered that same thing. We're not alone. You're never alone. This is a human experience, right? So there is always someone else who can, if not take the burden from you, at least hear your story. There is something about telling your story to someone else that actually relieves it for a while for you. So what we came up with is that, let me back up just a little bit. We teach the principles of unity, the 5 principles, and we teach the principles of science of mind. The 5 unity principles, briefly: God is good, therefore you are good. Thoughts create, prayer is connection, and action is necessary. Those are the 5 things that we believe. God is good, you are good because you are an individualized expression of God, so you are good. Thought creates, okay? Prayer is connection, and action is necessary. But as I was talking to my minister friends, we're coming up with a few other extras. We're calling it the principles plus. The 5 principles plus. So far we've got 8. I'm going to share all those with you next week. But the one that I'm talking about right now is sit in the sorrow. Sit in the sorrow. We didn't actually say that to ourselves. We said sit in the shit. But hey. Okay, it is what it is. Sit in the sorrow and experience it. Experience it. So one of our friends, you know her, Kim Andrews, she lost a very dear friend last week. This was not just a friend. She was a friend, but she was also someone that she had invited into her ministry, that she was using what this woman does to help her people move forward in their lives. So she was a part of her journey on her spiritual walk as well as a dear friend. 8 weeks ago, just 8 weeks ago, the woman, they discovered that she had cancer because she was starting to lose words. They discovered that she had cancer of the brain. 8 weeks later, she was dead. 8 weeks later. So Kim was friends with her and friends with her family. So she needed to go and to speak to the family to help them through the suffering, right? But she was concerned because she was suffering herself. And she didn't want to show up crying. She wanted to help them with their suffering. And we all, exactly, you're shaking your head, you can't do it. You were a friend. You are a spiritual leader, and you're a friend. And you get to sit in the sorrow as well with them. And that's what they did. They sat together in the sorrow, telling their stories, what they would miss, what they loved. That's what we get to do. You see? That's what life is about. It's not just about rainbows and unicorns, although there's a lot of those. It's also about sorrow and pain. And we get to sit with one another and do that. The Buddhist tells us that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And when you share your pain, suffering is less. Your suffering is lessened. I asked Pat this morning and my sister and several members of my family to pray for a member of my family who's suffering right now. Just that alone eased my pain, eased my suffering, and I know it's going to do that powerful prayer, and those prayer warriors that I put on it, I know it's going to ease his suffering as well. So the point that I'm saying is, what is life? What gives value to our lives? What is the fullness of life? It is the yin-yang, the yin-yang. Opposites, complementary, interconnected, interdependent. It's not just the joy. It's not just the joy. It's the sorrow. It is all of it. Life is listening to your heart song, right? Whatever that is. And maybe your heart is singing a sad song right now, and that's okay. Having the courage to do what your heart's telling you to do. To do what your heart's telling you to do. Life is all of our experiences, all of them. We don't duck. We don't shy away. We don't bury our head in the sand like ostriches. We don't try to leap over it. We live in it. Our full life, all of it is it. We expect good things. New thought, unity, science of mind. Our expectations are of good things, to be sure. We expect that. But we realize that we don't always get rainbows. We know that, and that's okay. It may seem like sometimes when people think about what we do, that's what we think, but it isn't. It's not what we think. Because we talk about, very quickly, I certainly do, anybody who's been around me knows, one of my first things is, all right, great, sad, sorry, all right, what's next? What's next? Where are we going from here? I had a friend who was suffering a little while ago because someone she loved was diagnosed with an illness, and they weren't sure if the person was going to make it. This is not Kim, this is another person. And so I was praying with her and said, yes, I feel your sorrow, let her tell her story. And I affirmed and knew for her and for the other person that all is in divine order. We know this, it always is. All is in divine order. And so she said, thank you so much. Well, the next time we talked, she said, when you told me that all was in divine order, I said, fuck you. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that. That's what I said to myself. But now, and I said, I know how you feel. I get that, because you weren't ready to hear it. Still true nonetheless. It's still true nonetheless. Even in our pain and suffering, seeming that we're in something that will never end, we have to know for sure that all is in divine order. All is well. We have no control over someone else's journey. Do you get that? We have no control over someone else's journey. We can pray, we can be with them, we can let them tell their story. You have no control over my journey. I wouldn't want you to. You have no control over someone. I have no control over your journey. You wouldn't want me to. I don't see what you see, and I don't have the relationship with Spirit that you have. I don't know what you two have agreed to. I talk about a lot that I sit in my meditation and I talk to Spirit and get into covenant with Spirit, saying the things that I want, and that I agree to walk the way you tell me to walk so that I can get the things that I want, whatever that is, whatever I prayed for. And I agree to follow your advice, take action on it. I agree to that. I don't know what you've agreed to. You don't know what someone else has agreed to. So we cannot know for someone else. What we can do is pray with them, let them tell their story, and know for sure, whether you say it out loud or not, that all is always in divine order and perfect. It has to be. Why? Because we are divine and perfect. No matter what it looks like. It always is. It always is. So after we sit in it, after we sit with it, after we experience it all, then we ask, what's next? We ask what's next. Because we sit in it, we don't wallow in it. You see the difference? We sit with it, it's life's experience, but we don't wallow in it. So the question has to become, right? How does that happen? The point that I'm making here about sitting in something and not wallowing in it is that what we focus on grows, right? Universal law is in place no matter how we feel about it. The law of attraction is working. We're attracting into our lives the things, the places, the circumstances that are in line with our dominant thinking, whether you're sad or you're not. Dominant thinking, not random thoughts. But what we think about all day long is what we become. That's why we sit in our experience, we learn from it, we get clarity about it, and then we ask what's next. Because what we focus on is what grows in our lives and what we attract into our lives. So in order to move out of this place that we're in, that's not meant to be there long, then we claim the next thing. That's why we ask what's next. That's why we ask what's next. So the next question would be, how long do I have to sit in it? How long I got to be here in this? How long? Not long. How long? Not long. Not long. You sit there as long as it takes. And only you know that. Because everything, every experience is different. Even if you experience a loss, the loss of someone that you love or care for, it is different every single time. I lost 2 people more, but 2 people quickly, without knowing that there was something wrong with them. They just were gone. My sister was gone just like that, like the same, just one day she was there seriously, and the next day she was not. Another friend of mine I lost in 6 weeks, but I didn't know I was losing her because I didn't know she was ill. So the last time I saw her, the next time she was dead. I had no chance to see her. My sister's death, while it was deep and sorrowful for me, I wasn't in a lot of pain because she and I were in a great place. We had talked about things we were going to do together. Our relationship was growing well. It was wonderful. When my friend passed away, I was sorry for a long time because I hadn't seen her. I felt like I should have been able to do something for her, and I hadn't because I hadn't spoken with her in a while. You see? So those two, my point of that is that every grief, loss, or suffering is going to be different. So you can't say, well, it takes me 2 weeks to get over something, so when 2 weeks is up, I need to be out of here. It may or may not. It may take you 2 weeks. It may take you 2 years. I don't know. But you will. You will. And when you say, what's next, it's because you're ready. Your heart's ready. Your body's ready. Everything is ready to move to the next place. And wherever you are, Spirit is with you, knowing what you need to go through, and it is all good. It's all good. It's all part of your experience. So what I'm saying, the whole point of this talk, I'm here early, so I have the opportunity to hear this great music over and again. Malcolm is here to sing a great song for you guys, and it is absolutely perfect for this talk today. So thank you. You guys will hear it in a minute. But what I want to tell you is that our life is the sum of all of our experiences. It may seem like you've been sitting someplace for a long time, sitting in it for a while, but this too shall pass, and you will know when it's time to say what is next. You will know this. We want to experience the fullness of life. Don't cheat yourself out of everything that life has to give you. Sit in whatever it is. Witness. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Witness your life. Testify to the great things that are happening for you because of you and your relationship with God. Great things are happening, even in the sorrow. Be present for the workings of God in your life, in all things. Life is not all rainbows and unicorns. I want to leave you with this final summary from Maya Angelou. She did a preamble to her poem, Still I Rise. It's a documentary, and she had these, and I wrote it down because it was so powerful, and I think it's exactly what I need to end this with today. Everyone has gone to bed one night or another with fear or pain or loss or disappointment, and yet each of us has risen, somehow made our ablutions, seen other human beings, and said, "Good morning, how are you? I'm fine, thank you." It is amazing. And wherever that ability abides in a human being, there is the nobleness of the human spirit. We rise, and still we rise. That is why we believe, and that is why we have faith. That is why we teach what we teach, so that we can continue to use the tools, the practices, the affirmations, the experiences, the actions, not because we think that life is easy, but because we know who you are. You are an individualized expression of the one life, the source of everything. You are a part of that. And so that you can release within you the nobleness of your experience, the nobleness of your spirit, and continue to rise. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend BJ. And now it's time for our offerings. We have many ways to do that, even though in this setting we're not taking up a collection plate. You can go to our website for Harmony Spiritual Center, and on that page is a donate button. You can do it that way. That's my personal favorite. You can text to 84321, and then you follow the instructions and donate. Even though that we are not in our new structure yet, we're still having expenses, and it's wonderful that you're willing to do this. So let's have an open offertory prayer. Divine love flowing through us blesses and multiplies all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. And we are richly blessed, creating a greater and greater flow. And now for our special, my love, Malcolm Beatty is going to hear and do our special music.
I was born by the river in a little tent, and just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's won't you hang around? It's been a long time coming, but I know the change gonna come. Yes, it will. Listen, I go to my brother, yes I do, and I say, brother, won't you help me please? But he just keep on knocking me. He knocked me back down on my knees. Oh, it's been too long, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know the change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Okay, everybody. Oh, it's time for the meet and greet. So if you're out there in Facebook land, please give us a comment. Tell us what you're doing.
You want to say thank you for the awesome.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Father, Mother God, that all these blessings have come in. We know that as they go through you to us, that everyone is blessed in the process, and we are grateful, and so it is. Thank you. And we have announcements, but I've lost my announcement page. Don't forget, on Tuesday, we have the, come on, PJ, help me out here.
Where is it at? Shoot, I don't know myself. How does this happen? Okay.
Easy.
All right. So every day we have meditation, 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. in the mornings, every day except for Sunday mornings. So check out our Facebook page or the newsletter. The new one's coming out on the 1st, but the links are the same. On Tuesday at 1 o'clock, we have the meet and greet, the love and lunch, where we just check in with one another just to make sure that we're all doing good. And if you need anything, and if you want to tell your story, whatever that may be, share whatever's going on with you. That's what we do on Tuesdays. Every second and fourth Wednesday, which was last Wednesday, we have Cooking with Honey Pat. Yay! And so that's always good, and I always get to eat the food, so that's good as well. Thursday we have a class, but it's on hiatus, and as soon as we get everything kind of settled with our new place, we'll start back, and that's our Foundations in Truth. And I think that's what's going on right now. If anybody has any suggestions about something they'd like to see happen, please leave a message on our Facebook page, or you can message me on Facebook, or just put a comment. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thank you for covering my loss.
You're welcome.
That's what we're about here. And so now, if there are any celebrations, we are just so grateful for the birthday people for this month. We're celebrating because for the first time since March, I masked myself up and had rubber gloves and saw my grandbabies.
Woohoo!
That was a big celebration for me. Anybody have? Glenn has a celebration.
Yes, I'm just celebrating because I'm just sitting back here so honored to have all of you right here in my house.
That's right. And
It's such a good feeling.
I think that all this good energy is getting into the pores of the walls of this house. What better blessing can it be? Does anybody else have a celebration? Is anybody on there?
Carter is celebrating. You can say that into the thing. Carter is celebrating that UTA classes start. Yay! She's celebrating that.
Okay, Carter is celebrating.
Can they
that
hear?
her university
I can
classes
see.
are starting at UTA.
All right.
Anybody else, PJ?
No, we just have people just saying thanks so much for being here. Yeah, everybody's watching. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, everybody here is celebrating all the people that are watching us, because even though we can't see you, we feel that connection. And so now let us just close with our closing prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds you. The power of God protects you. And the presence of God watches over you. Wherever you are, God is, and so it is.
All right. All right, we want to thank everybody for being here today. Thank you so much, Aaron, for getting the sound going for us. Thank you, Jim, once again, for videotaping. We thank Igor and Ken for the fabulous music, and of course, the magnificent magnificent Malcolm Beatty. Woo! Yes, come back anytime. Thank you all for being here. We'll just finish up. Join us, please, with our closing song. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give all my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. Once I decide to change my mind, love will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision, right here and now. My decision, right here and now. Yay! Woo! Thank you.